The origin of Ikeji festival in Arochukwu land, Abia State, is as old as the history of the kingdom. The festival marks the end of the farming season, the arrival of the harvest, and the beginning of a new season. The Ikeji calendar is determined by the Arochukwu Traditional Council, the Obambo Aro, under the leadership of His Majesty, the Eze Aro. Celebrated in the Gregorian month of September, every year it is usually a 17-day event. The Ikeji month is a special period when Aros are expected to observe strict adherence to norms, ethics, customs and traditions. During the period, neither burials nor mourning gatherings are permitted. All forms of violence are not tolerated. Civil disobedience, public protests are strictly prohibited throughout the kingdom. Death of any Aro within the period is largely viewed as a bad omen and therefore treated quietly with indignity. The period is devoted to more rectitude, thanksgiving, entertainment, charity, philanthropy and recreation.
Arochukwu is made up of 19 villages. In 1901 to 02, when we had the Aro expedition, getting to the end of the year, in September month, that's the time we do a New Year festival.
Ikeji presents a unique opportunity to celebrate Arochukwu tradition and culture in its pure and original form. It is a platform for infinite entertainment, tourism and reunion with cultural delegations from affiliate Aro settlements spread in all over 350 communities in Igbo land and beyond.
If you go to the diaspora, you can see Arundi Zuogo, you can see Ajali, you can see Indigene, Ndowu, and the great sons of Aros are there.
We think that culture and tourism has also become another potential revenue earner. And if you are looking for a community in Igbo land, a community in Nigeria that has rich tradition, dating from the ancient Igbo history, Arochukwu is one.
The festival features seminars and lectures on Aro cultures, visits and homages to historical cultural sites, pouring out libation, exchange of kola nuts and goodwill, paying homage to Aro traditional institutions, masquerades, traditional dances, diverse cultural displays, and so much more.
Now we have arrived to the Aros stream known as Ogbonnaya. This very Ogbonnaya is one of the streams of Lonjuju of Arochukwu, and in the ancient days when there was no borehole, we used to come here and fetch it. It is quite medicinal indeed, because that is the Lonjuju stream in Arochukwu. Here is known as Osu Gorogoro Binketa. This very Osu Gorogoro is an ancient stream in Obinketa and in Aro as general. If somebody takes poison, when you give him this very water, the poison will quench or dissolve. This is our ancient spiritual stream. Very, very powerful. And it has fishes. And the fishes here, you cannot eat it. You have a kind of headache. You call it osuguruguru. You carry the water and pour on your head like this. You count it up to 7 times. The headache will stop.
Ikeji is a period to commune with their ancestors, a time for reconciliation, peace building, conflict resolution, and self-help development projects. The era therefore witnesses an influx of visitors and tourists into Arochukwu. Sons and daughters from all parts of the world return home to the kingdom to be part of the diverse cultural displays, merrymaking, exchange of visits, marriages, and so on. The Ikeji festival is also a time for expansion of boundaries of businesses and a time to promote friendship. It is another time to come close to nature, renew faith in Aro culture, connect with kith and kin, and watch the original culture and tradition come alive. All the 19 villages in Aro Kingdom and Aro settlements in Igbo land are expected to showcase their cultures representing the Aro unity in diversity. On this day, members of the Otusi clan of Amaja, a historical kith and kin in Aro, mobilized to sweep Awadaro. This event holds in Ugwakoma village in Arochukwu. The Obo family from Abagu has a leading role in the assignment, the support of Otusi clan. During the brief ceremony, Awadaro is opened, the environment kept quite clean, decorated and put in real festive mood. This event marks the beginning of Ikeji. Afombape Awada is the stage where the festival features members of the Otusi clan and the Amoze. The clan mobilizes eligible sons to sweep Awadaro. The ceremony brings together Otusis from other Aro kindreds including Okenachi, Eze Kanu to participate in the ceremony. The attendants arrive at the ceremony wearing belts on their waists and carrying gongs, both instruments producing resonant sounds. It is usually a prestigious movement that carries on weight of royalty, honor, and glamour. Afondulasa Mwepe, a symbolic representation of the royal ancestors, is led home. This is an all-day ceremony that keeps the town in real festive mood. All the 9 Otusi clans in Aro go to Ugwakoma to offer sacrifice and pour libation to the ancestors in appreciation for a good harvest period. Each delegation wearing belts around their waists while carrying gongs on hands, done to the admiration of all and sundry, soaked in the Ikeji festival mood. The ceremony ends at night. The various delegations return with dances to their respective villages. Later the same night, the talking drums, Uvie, left hanging on a particular spot since the last Ikeji celebrations, are gracefully brought down, rolled out and played loudly. The loud talking drums are welcomed with loud ovation, excitement and jubilation by all far and near. In the ancient days, the Uvie says honor, achievement and bravery. Only the wealthy and influential in those days were in a position to host Uvie, the talking drum. This is because the ceremony itself attracts costs for entertainment and relevant materials for sacrifice. The sounding of the Uvie puts all and sundry on notice that Ikeji celebration has fully commenced. Nkonku is a day when women are expected to fetch firewood for their husbands, mothers, their mistresses, or close friends. The wood is meant for cooking while the Ikeji session lasts. It is indeed a friendly gesture of love and respect for elders. Nkwonkwo is intended, among others, to highlight the role of women in the family. It is also to promote the virtues of motherhood and cordial daughter-in-law and mothers-in-law relationships in line with the respect of Aro culture. Eke Abudu is a day set aside for Aro aristocrats from Amoze, a particular kith and kin Aro kingdom, to step out in grand style to offer sacrifice. The day is marked with loud festivities that bring out the best of Amoze peculiar culture and pride. Orji is a day set aside to offer the sacrificial animals, such as goats, a special meal. The significance of these has been open to many interpretations and debates. While some claim that this exercise is to offer the animals their last supper for possible slaughter in Ikeji, others argue that it is to appreciate the importance of the domestic animals like goats in Aro tradition. Orji also features another round of fetching of firewood to support the kitchen. This is an activity set out for young girls looking for suitors, the newlywed and young mothers. The road to nearby forests and farms to fetch the firewood creates avenues for toasting courtship by young boys in search of life partners. Afo hour is the expected deadline for all Aros, sons and daughters, in-laws and friends and well-wishers traveling to the kingdom from other Aro settlements and communities all over Igbo land to arrive in Aro. By Afo hour, all cleaning up activities and preparations for Ikeji should have been concluded. The arrangements made by family and the community to receive Ikeji visitors and invitees should equally be concluded on or by Afo hour day. The arrangements on ground by Afo hour put everyone in full Ikeji vacation and festive mood. By Afo hour, visits to farm and any hard work are restricted. Women, especially young girls looking for suitors, spend more time in body painting. There is also special attention to coral beads and cowries, which are usually worn to complement the dressing. Afo hour in Ikeji calendar is also a period that witnesses pressure from families to prepare their children and household for special Ikeji to look like no other.
This is our cultural heritage, and we cannot despise it. This is one thing that brings us together. This is one thing that reminds us of our roots. This is our own thing. It is not a borrowed culture. It is in us. It flows in us.
When Mary's lesson came into Arochukwu, the roots through, he came into Arochukwu. No, during the days of the killing of twins. The Mary's lesson is still there. The Amasu Beach is still there. The Long Juju Shrine is still there. The Domenico Bridge this way is still there, and many others, and many more. All these things are historical facts. The Long Juju Shrine is a tourist site. We have the caves, it's a tourist site. We have the Domenico Bridge around here. The old Domenico Bridge is a tourist site.
Nkwo in Ikeji calendar represents a special market day set aside for Ikeji shopping. On this day, Aros are expected to do the last marketing and shopping for the season. Although Ikeji is a yam festival, the eating of rice has been introduced in recent times. Nkwo therefore is also known as Nkweresi. In our traditional calendar also marks the end of the year. The midnight activities of Nkwo or Nkweresi can be compared to activities at midnight of Christmas, New Year Eve or 31st December, when Christians send off an old year and usher in the new year. In the olden days, after dinner on Nkwo Aro villages and kindreds usually keep vigil until midnight to usher the new year. For instance, within the 3 villages that make up the Nwa Kanu, namely Ugbo, Ugwabo, and Amoba, tough night masquerades called Achiku take over the night. Achiku masquerade is strictly open to only male members who are initiated, dance throughout the night of Nkwanzukoro to usher the Eke Odu. In some other villages and clans, it is the Obono society that is used by men to mark the vigil. In those days, the night of Nkwanzukoro is a night when women are neither heard nor seen because of the presence of the night masquerade and other male-dominated cultural dances. When the new year is born in the early hours of Ekeodu, there is the spontaneous shouts of Afo Lao, goodbye old year, goodbye old year. This is followed by men carrying lighted firebrands and running along distances in the backyard. This is waved above the head and thrown headlong along gutters behind compounds to drive away the evils of the passing year. The Ekeodu is a day of the new yam. It features Ebo masquerade, dances at Obinkita, variety of dances by the Ezeagu and Umunokwaragu to mark the new yam. Ekeodu is a day Arochukwu eats the new yam.
We so much believe in culture. We like culture so much, and today is the D-Day of our New Yam Festival.
Is the day the elders drawn from villages, kindreds and clans commune with the ancestors through pouring of libation and slaughtering of animals to appease the land. It is a day Aros make sacrifices to sue for peace, unity and love in celebration of harvest. The type of sacrifice is determined by the capacity, affluence and the need. It is the time when succulent plants known as Oboto is placed at the entrance of each Onwezi. The eldest of the compound offers a sacrifice before dawn. Therefore, around 7 a.m., every family offers sacrifice to its ancestors at Inyamavia, located at Ulonta, a small house but an ancestral assembly hall where all the family staff of office Inyamavia is reposed. People are expected to ensure that their domestic animals are prevented from tasting the ofo left at the ulonta. Any animal found tasting the ofo will be slaughtered instantly. In the evening of the Orji, families begin to cook an Ikeji delicacy called osu. This delicacy is only prepared by women of proven purity and decency in character, birth and ancestry. The aboriginal status of women who can be involved in cooking and carrying osu must not be in question. The end of the cooking is heralded with gunshots, each gunshot representing each goat used for the meal. The more goats killed, the more gunshots into the air to celebrate success. Afosu, the osu meal prepared the previous day, is now presented to friends and well-wishers in the Afosu morning by women. Visitors are also entertained with the delicacy. Members of each family are summoned to the Osu meal by the exclamation Afosoko. The word Oko is an exclamation used by the Aro to signal an emergency. The sharing of Osu from one household family to another are usually carried out by young girls who are searching for suitors. It is an amazing day for special Ebo masquerade performance at the highest level all over the kingdom, especially at the Obinkita. The journey from one family to another provides huge opportunities for young bachelors to ask questions, seek and find. Ofosu in our calendar is a day of caring, sharing, exchange of gifts, pleasantries and goodwill.
This also is cordial relationship between us and our Bible. If you are a twin, you cannot take this also.
Also, is a byproduct of mushroom. If you eat also, it means you are pure.
Nkwa Ekpe Ibomisi holds in Ibom Square. On this day, Ikeji activities are centered in and on the Ibom village. All the villages that make up the Ibom Isi assemble in Ibom to participate fully in the day's activities, while other Aros attend as guests of Ibom Isi. Cultural displays and wrestling matches are staged to entertain people from other villages of Aro. It is usually an avenue to make market and celebrate talents, bravery, creativity and innovation in skills, dancing and wrestling. Many agile young men smile home with brand new love relationships that they never bargained for. The various cultural groups feature good cultural displays. Respective villages drawn from Ibomisi dancing style and excitement to the admiration before the Ezaro and his cabinet sitting in majestic appraisal in Ibom Square. Eke Arochukwu is the climax of the Ikeji festival. On the Ekpe day, Aros at home and in the diaspora put on their best traditional attires, assemble in the ceremonial arena, Amebe, to either participate or to watch amazing diverse Aro cultures in display by the various communities. It is also a day set aside for delegations from Aro settlements drawn from communities across Igbo land to showcase Aro culture from the perspective of their host communities. These include dances and masquerades of all shapes and sizes, and side attractions that speak well of the Aro heritage. Girls who have gone through puberty rituals in preparation for marriage are let out on this day to dance in the arena, from where they are expected to join their bridegrooms. This ceremony brings the Ikeji festival to an end.